Good evening and welcome to Campus Parade right here on ZiFM Stereo, my station, your station. My name is MJ and I'm your host for tonight. And of course, I do not walk alone in as much as I'm not a Liverpool supporter. I've got one and the only. Jojo, what's good? What's happening?
Already know who's in the building.
What's good, Jojo?
I'm good, MJ. How are you doing?
You must say I'm actually feeling, revived because we are still in November. You know what November is all about, right?
Definitely, MJ. It is obviously the men's month. You know, today I was walking in a store, and I realized Madapita like section in my mugs. I only realized they have mugs for like mothers and grandmothers. And I was like, we are in the month of November. Why don't we also place certain things, that resemble the men's month? But all the same, when I share
Jojo, yeah, man. It is the beautiful night, and Jojo, we are on campus as it should be on Campus Parade, and right now tonight we're actually going to be talking about men. Of course, we are still in November, the month set aside for men's health awareness, and of course we keep on the awareness here at Campus Parade, and of course we do not just have this casual conversation with George, as a revelation as links this is Jojo. And so tonight we're going to be talking about men, our young men taking heed of their personal health in and around campus, Jojo. Are they?
It's a difficult question, Monashe, honestly, but I believe that tonight we brought in an expert.
Definitely.
Someone who is a founder of a company that's upcoming, mainly looking into men's health and men's mental health especially. And maybe you can do the honors. I think I've been giving you this floor for the whole of November.
Definitely. Of course, now joining us in the studio, we've got Ronald Takudzwa Mtatabikwa, social worker and mental health enthusiast, founder of Kumufaro Men's Forum. Ronald, welcome to Campus Parade.
Thank you so much for having me.
Feels good, man. Feels good that you're actually coming through because, this is our month. Huh?
Yeah, it is.
Hashtag no shave.
Yeah, beard game.
But I always wanted to ask this question, is it part of health, not shaving? Is it part of the health? Does it fall under that category?
What I understand with No Shave November, what they are saying is you are not going to your barber shop as you should be doing. Probably you go once a week or twice a month. Because you're not going, you're saving that money and you're going to be donating it towards men's health. Yeah,
Jojo,
that's what they say.
Jojo, hear that, right?
I get it. But all the same, Monashe, let's get into the conversation. I think, my first question to you, Ronald, is I'm going to take this from a woman's perspective. As a woman, how can I help my partner's mental health? I remember we're still on campus, but all the same, I believe that people in relationships or whatever that we are in on campuses, how can I help? And then the MJ wangu don't but say mental health. Like, men, you barely talk, so how can we go around that?
Okay, I'll just speak about something that you know each and every day.
Oh yes.
The first thing is comparisons. Stop comparing your partner to someone else. I know because of social media, you're seeing these guys muscular, tall, dark. You like them like that, right? But probably your partner is not like that. Stop comparing your partner to other men on social media or other men that you see on social media. By doing that, you are saving your men from falling into depression. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, you are saving your men from falling into depression. The other thing, be there as a shoulder and be there. Give a listening ear. Listen to what he says. I was reading a post that was saying, if a black man vents out to you, you should be special.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should be very special. Because it's very difficult for a man to vent out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so be there to listen, be there to give an ear.
Yeah, Varume. Yeah, we still have a long way to go as women, but all the same, Monashe, I think I hear it.
It's actually quite interesting that you're actually saying this. George, I'm always saying this to George. Stay in your lane and don't go out of pocket because there's no need for you to compare yourself with the next person because you never know what goes on behind the scenes. But hey, man, Jojo, to our listeners, be a part of the conversation on our WhatsApp platform, and the number is 0772-168-045. 0772-168-045. Now, Ronald, let's talk about this. You specialize in mental health, but how has been the feedback like in and around campus? Because I would like to believe that you probably have bumped into some youth on campus. How is the feedback? Are they really cautious about mental health? Are really young men talking about mental health? Are they checking on each other, or is it just like, be a man and just be a man? That's the conversation. What is the conversation like and the feedback as well?
Firstly, I'm excited that we're having this conversation because it's a good starting point for us as young men, because with the feedback that I've been getting from young men around campus, they haven't been really forthcoming. I don't blame them. It's because of our socialization as men. As we grow up, we are socialized to be some sort of superheroes. We are socialized not to
Murume
speak out. Murume acheme, kufa kumurume kubuda ura. So, kana ura usati wabuda, you still have to soldier on as a man. So it has been a bit difficult, but there are a few who have been coming through. There are a few who have been coming through. And what we do as Kumafuro is we are there to check up on brothers. So each and every week we are checking up on each other as brothers. That's what we are doing.
All right, I think whilst we're still there, is Kumafuro an open platform for every young man to come through, or any older man to also come through and talk about, and have a conversation with obviously the social worker or the counselor who's present?
Yes. So the way we've structured it is like this. We have older men and younger men. What we want to have are intergenerational conversations.
Oh, wow.
Because we believe there are things that we have to learn from our elders, and they also have things that they have to learn from us. So we're having those intergenerational conversations. So it's an open platform for everyone, for every man, actually.
So there you have it. I really hope that the young men who are listening get to also understand that Kumafuro is there for them. But I think my other question to you before I take it to Mnashe is, how do you think we can, to MJ obviously, he's looking at me and saying, Jojo, why are you saying Mnashe? But
She always does.
I think, and I need to ask you this, what do you think can be done so that men can be able to have these conversations? You know what, I really don't like it when men also go through Mjolo's heartbreaks.
Yes.
But you all don't want to talk about it. You want to act tough. You don't even want to say, hey, Shamarga, inini, I'm not doing well. ABCD is going on. How do you think we can curb that so that we can have men to have these conversations?
I think we need more spaces as men, safe spaces to say, because sometimes when a man vents out even on social media, you make memes, you make jokes out of them. I could give examples, but I cannot. But you make memes, right? You laugh about it and you call them some sort of name. So what we have to do is we have to understand that a man is a person. We are all people. We go through hardships, and yet we're expected to be resilient. We're expected to keep being happy, smiling as if anything is not happening. But even if you look at the statistics, the highest number of suicides have been recorded, and men are committing suicide.
Men are flourishing, and it's actually sad and disappointing and devastating, actually, yeah?
Yeah, because of these issues, because we judge too much. Because of how we see a man, the expectations that we've set are just way too high.
And I was talking to someone last week, and they were saying, you know what, the difference at Tina Yovarumini is just the organs. But we need to understand a man also has feelings, has emotions. They've want to deep selves to that.
But do you understand that, Jojo? As a female, do you really take that seriously? Because I feel like, what, we're actually having this conversation that, we men, we do this and that, but it comes to you from the other gender. I believe like it's a society full of men and women have a part to play in men's downfall. Yeah, yes. Jojo, what do you have to say on that?
I think I'm still going to go back to what he was saying earlier on, to say, let us be safe spaces for men. Especially when if you tell my safe space be nice, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, these guys have their feelings, but also
but all the same, Ronald, let's talk about it, man. What's really you represent an institution that you're actually coming from, but let's talk about it. Are really men forthcoming when it comes to maximizing your services that you offer at Kumafuro?
No. They're not.
They're not.
Yes. That was so quick. No.
Yes, no, they are not. I think because they've been judged a lot, they are not yet that conscious. I can give out my information and it's still safe. So I think issues to do with confidentiality, men have to understand that we are there to help each other as brothers. I'm a brother's keeper. That's what I'm doing.
I think for men, I'm such much better brother's keeper. I feel like us women, we sometimes but I think we do it a little bit better than you guys. But I think you guys, you are each other's, keeper. But Tichiri Papo, can you maybe explain from your experience what are some of the most cases you've seen of mental health issues that are amongst young men currently in Zimbabwe?
Mainly they are related to relationships.
Right. You see what I was saying?
Probably
But Jojo, wait,
because-
before we dive into relationship, we've got a listener, and guess what? One of our third voices on Campus Parade just communicated very shortly. Shout out to you, Joe. Shout out for you for tuning in, right? Actually, yeah. He actually said that it's all talk about men's health and health background. You know, men's health background, men are seen as weak. You understand? Chema, you know, it's actually they're seen as weak. You know, that's
Yes.
the point coming out here. And it's sad.
But
you know,
Menashe, you know
it's
what?
sad because
That's-
men are seen as weak if you cry. Why is that?
Okay, I think we spoke about it early on when he was saying that it's also going back to our society. It's crazy because our society has ranked men to be
kufa kwemrume kubuda ura.
you get me muruma acheme. But I think like what you're saying, this is something I've been highlighting. But these guys, you're also going through relationship issues. But you all don't want to talk about it. You don't want to say, hey, Sha, it's only K-Chaps when he sings songs and you all have to troll him for it. But when he's really expressing his feelings. So I don't know what can be done, especially when you're talking about issues to do with relationships.
I have to tell my brothers that if you want to cry, but you can do it in privacy. But crying and speaking out, you're not being a simp. You are being a good man. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Loud, and of course, you know what, at Campus Parade we try to keep it short and sweet, but hey man, our time is actually pacing out. But maybe you'd want to circle up the conversation, maybe your parting words to someone who's listening and is stuck in a university somewhere or a college somewhere. What would be your parting words, since we're in November, the month set aside for men's health awareness?
Okay. What I would want to say to my brothers who are listening in, take care of yourselves. Put yourselves first. Treat your women right, but also consider yourself to be as important as well.
Jojo.
I think I really love that. I think to all men out there, please also know that you're the main character in your own play. Life has got only one experience at the end of the day. So remember, you're also important. You're loved. You're important. Let's not go through things without talking to your brother or your sister. Get someone to talk to. Yeah, you are important.
So unfortunately, we have come to the end of yet another exciting episode right here on Campus Parade on ZiFM Stereo, my station, your station. Let's do this again next week, same time, same place, same host, of course, Georgia. Yeah?
Oh yes, definitely. Have a very good night.
And yes, that's the story, and we're sticking to it. Good night.